Hey everyone, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch. I'm going to tell you the truth about the world of sports and in the NFL. Um, I'm going to go AFC first, then NFC. AFC, Chiefs, Dolphins, Bills, Steelers, Texans, Browns. The best one is the Chiefs and Dolphins. This week is the uh, reunion revenge tour. With all these, you got the cheetah here going back to Kansas City. It's going to be ice cold. I don't. No one's giving the Dolphins a chance. I think the Dolphins, just because no one believes they got a prayer, will make it a game. If the field is not sheet of ice, and if it's a regular field, even if it's negative, even 0 degrees, it could be interesting. I just think somehow, some way, Mahomes is going to get. He don't. If it's negative 25 degrees, Mahomes is going to get it done. I think the cheetah has some moments, even in the cold. I think the defenders of Kansas City going to clown him with the deuces if something happens to get an interception. I don't like Tua in the cold because he doesn't throw it hard or far. He could be accurate. He could be inaccurate. He's 75% accurate, 25% he's off and like, oh man, come on now. But 75% is beautiful to watch when Waddle and Mostert and Chan are they're rolling, they're running, they're going deep, and they're moving and grooving. It's just hard to be moving and grooving in a sheet of ice. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Expect the return of Travis Kelce. He loves the spotlight. They say, oh, Taylor Swift sent it back. I do not think he cares. She could be in there bundled up in the stands. I mean, in the suite, she'll have heat. With Mahomes' wife, it will not matter. That guy loves big games. They could double. They better double. They better triple team him. I think he's going to get the ball in double teams. I just believe that Kelce will show up. Rice will show up. Pacheco, because you're going to have to run the ball in this weather. Pacheco, what's going to come down to fumbles and little dumb plays, and maybe a Jones strip sack or a fumble recovery like they did the first game. I do believe Miami's going to shock everybody in the cold and keep it close because they're up the middle pressure. Wilkins and Van Ginkel and company up the middle is solid. And, they get, even with the injuries, they play pretty good. It's just that Mahomes going to find a way. And then McKinnon makes big plays. Kadarius Toney, who's been dropping balls, maybe he'll return to a Super Bowl form. Kadarius Toney gets a run back. So and Barry else is a good return man too. But turnovers are going to be key. But I believe that the Chiefs will come out victorious and win. And they'll be headed to Buffalo, but I will explain why in my next segment. But I'm going to just tell you that I believe the Texans are going to beat the Browns because Flacco's played good. He had 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions last few games. Cooper will go off. I'm not crazy about the Texas defense runs hot and cold, but they're home. And Stroud will not. I don't think as a rookie, I don't think that's going to affect him. I think Stroud's going to play good. I just believe that their balance and it's a fluid offense. That's what I love about how they're playing and what they're doing as a balanced team. Singletary gives you the running, but Nico Collins is a stud. And America's going to see how great Nico Collins is, and he's going to make a game-winning play in a super close game. In my next segment, I'm going to talk about the Bills and the Steelers. The Bills are playing my Pittsburgh Steelers. I got to give Tomlin credit. I was calling them all types of names, and then they make this run like they usually do. Sometimes they come up a game short. Sometimes they get in. They're almost 11-point underdog. Now, the weather's going to be really bad. The idiot governor, and she's a blithering idiot. Say, oh, still fans stay home. Don't be stupid and disingenuous. Just sometimes politicians it's just so fake. It's hard for them to say anything that has any genuineness to them. But this favors Pittsburgh, so it allows the advantages that the Bills have speed wise. Because Buffalo's really built. They were built not for the cold until Joe Brady took over. Now they're pounding the rock with Cook, so they're a little tougher in the interior with Cook and Knox. And KCand is the most sneaky good tight end in the NFL. That's going to be the difference. And if Josh Allen can't implode in the cold, if it's a foot of snow and they're playing out in the snow and he's making mistakes. Now, is Mason Rudolph going to turn back into a pumpkin? He's been there, done that. So I don't think so. But can their front seven get to Rudolph and maybe get a strip search, maybe play fast and not allow the Steeler running game to bludgeon them, which you have to be careful of because the Bills are a smaller team. And they're vulnerable. They can be vulnerable to that. Can Russo and all them dudes be able to hang? That's going to be interesting. And Von Miller, can he return to his form? But that's going to be very, 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 very. I tell you, the guy that's a big key to Buffalo's defense and stopping the run and getting up the middle pressure is one Ed Oliver. He is. I don't know why they're not talking about him as one of the best defensive players in all of football, which he is. Their secondary solid. Pickens is a money. He loves the spotlight. But how's that? The weather's going to be so bad. What about kicks? What about punts? What about turnovers? Both teams could be just turning the ball over. And once that happens, it's anybody's game. Now the elements have just eliminated any advantage. It's just whoever survives. That would definitely favor Pittsburgh because they have nothing to lose. That's an 11-point underdog. If it's a clean field, it's a tough game for Pittsburgh. Now, Jaden Warren has fumbled a couple times, so they're going to be poking for that ball. He runs hard. Is that a factor? Because he's going to run hard. And Najee has found himself, Najee Harris, and the offensive line's gotten a lot tougher. But this is a style game. Can Buffalo jump on Pittsburgh, get Pittsburgh out of their run first element, their ball control element, out in the ocean, in deep waters where they can't really swim, where it's got to shoot out, you got to sling the ball all over the field. If it's a closed caption type of a game, now the Pittsburgh has a chance in this. And both kickers should make the kicks, but what if it's 25-mile-an-hour winds and snow? No, even the greatest kicker ever lived is going to have trouble making kicks. It just comes down to just getting your footing straight and making the important kicks. Or maybe a lot of times you go for it, and that favors the Bills. Because Josh Allen is a pain in the neck trying to get on the ground, but also on those third and inches, how do you stop him? Because he's very crafty at finding the nooks and crannies in your defense. It's not like the tush push where Eagles just run you over. They'll run you over, or he'll slide to the side with his strength. So that's a big advantage that the Bills have. Now, Steelers could go to Najee on fourth and inches. Sometimes they don't. That's what got Pickett hurt. They were supposed to really run the ball, and they didn't. He got hurt. That was stupid. But I got the Bills. And I got the Bills because the one thing the Steelers don't do well is cover the tight end. I think KCand. Knox is good, but KCand has been better this year. I think KCand does it. And I think we're going to see Kansas City and Buffalo. Kansas City's going to Buffalo this time. Doesn't guarantee Buffalo's going to come out of there because Mahomes and Kansas City knows we don't know how many more years we got. We got to just keep trying to. They're trying to win as many championships as possible. Some teams are trying to get to the Super Bowl. Kansas City's trying to get there and get another one and another one and another one. So when the playoffs come, they ratchet up, and the Bills are going to have to be a mistake. Josh Allen can't be the headless horseman. He's got to be on point. If they get out of this game because of the elements, I don't know how bad both teams are used to playing in this, but Pittsburgh's probably built a little better for this, and Buffalo's better than Pittsburgh, so it's hard to kind of decipher that. But in my heart of hearts, I think it's going to be. I think the Steelers are a year away. I like what I see at this group. They have to draft a little better. They have to do what the Niners did. The Niners are kind of in this area, and they added a Fred Warner. They added a superstar nose guard in Hargrave, which the Steelers had. They added that, and that's what Pittsburgh has to add, and then draft up, just get a little better in the interior, but then they'll be ready to try to make a run. I think Pickett's going to be just fine. I don't believe any of the nonsense. If they can keep him healthy, he gets a year, I think he'll be just fine. They don't have to draft another quarterback. But in this game, I like the Bills and the Chiefs are going to be playing, and the Texans and the Ravens are going to be playing. Stroud's going to have to go to Baltimore in the belly of the beast. Now, Dallas and Green Bay. This is a little easier game to pick. I think Green Bay is going to give Dallas some trouble because of Aaron Jones and the fact that the Cowboys can get ran on a little bit. Now, the Cowboys are going to be fired up because they're home. And disregard everything I'm about to tell you because I believe the Packers and Love are going to play good, and they're going to be able to make plays and offset some of the advantages that Dallas has because Dallas is going to be able to move up and down the field unless Gary can get to Dak and get him on the ground a couple of times, and their corner, Zaire Williams, is out of his mind against CeeDee Lamb. Then they're going to have a chance to be in the game and be like a 28-20 win for the Cowboys. Now, disregard everything I say. The Cowboys come out flying 7-0, 14-0, 17-9. Now, Green Bay can't run the ball as much now. They're playing catch up. Here comes Parsons downhill. Here comes Lawrence. Here comes the Cowboys. Here comes Bland hunting for an interception. Now you're screwed because they play fast and they're trying to get that quick lead and get you out of there. Now, it behooves the Packers to hang around, be within 7 or 4 points at halftime, and then put the pressure on the Cowboys. I expect the Cowboys to win. But if they're a little behind the fourth quarter and they're not just firing on all cylinders, that's a lot. There's a lot. No team in America has more pressure than the Cowboys on them to win because of how they are America's team. Everybody laughs at them. There's people that love them, people that hate them, people that laugh at them. I'm in the middle. I don't care. I'm just one of the rare people that don't care. I'm just kind of fascinated at the fans because the fans are – some are knowledgeable, some are very insecure, some are just obnoxious. I mean, obnoxious. And they're the most obnoxious fan base in America is the Ohio State football. Not even close. Nothing compares to those morons, except for my cousin Gary. I'm excluding him. I love him. He's knowledgeable Ohio State fan. Rare. But most of them are kind of moronic. Okay. Cowboy fans, some of them are obnoxious. Some of them really, I can sit down and talk with them. Some of them it's hard to because they're just so worshiping their team. I'm like, oh, gosh. But some of them I can talk to. My brother-in-law, Kenny, we have good, objective conversations. So I'm okay with that because they have a deep history, whether you like them or not. But they haven't won. And each year, you have guys like Stephen A. laughing at them, and then people laugh at them on TV, people going crazy about them on TV. And they're just that group carries so much, especially Dak. And Dak hasn't played well. But Dak is clicking on all. Dak is humming right now. I don't know if I always felt like when he goes, here we go, that's a mechanism to get him going. They have the play set, but when he's saying that, he's telling himself, I'm making this play when he does that. I really believe that. And CeeDee Lamb, and one thing Green Bay's not good at covering on the corners as far as The corner route is always the sideline routes are always there. So Cooks is going to get involved. Ferguson is becoming a money player, especially at the goal line. And then God forbid Pollard runs a little bit. Oh, they're rough. I just think Dallas is difficult. You know why? Dak is hard to put on the ground. And if you don't put him on the ground, he squirts out. He'll do like he did the Lions, and now it's a deep pass to CeeDee Lamb. Now you're mostly shut down. But Green Bay, this is the team I felt like would give them trouble. I don't think Dallas going to jump out and smash them. Jordan Love has got poise. They're playing really good. They're okay on defense because they do have a good pass rush and a good corner. They're not complete, so that's why I'm giving Dallas the edge. Dallas is more complete all around. But I really, really, really like Jordan Love. He found himself. Even the game he lost against the Steelers, the Steelers were beating him up, and he led the comeback, and he really played good in the second half. They were just one play short, and they ended up going 9-8, and they beat up on the Lions on Thanksgiving. But listen, Jordan Love, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's not bad. That's close to where Dak is. Dak is 36 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. And I think they got a good Jaden Reed is good, but the Packers got a list of different young receivers that are pretty good. So if he can move out of pocket. So that's important when Dallas is going to be coming. Parsons is coming. You better put 2 guys on Parsons at all times. If you put 1 guy on Parsons, you better have a play where you throw the ball quick. Because Parsons is 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi at the quarterback. As soon as you hear the sound of that snap, he's almost there. Here comes the snap. He's there. That's how fast Parsons is. So Packers have to contend with that. They got to put 2 people on him, which leaves Dallas usually just rushes 4. But man, if Dallas comes with a blitz here and there, that's going to be a problem because you're not going to see it coming. On the other game, Stafford coming back. See, I forgot McCarthy playing the Packers. That's crazy. That is amazing because you had Cheetah coming back to Kansas City and McCarthy playing the Packers. So now you have Stafford and Goff who switch teams playing each other in the raucous Detroit Lions building. Man, this is tough because the Lions, they got talent in the secondary, but their passing defense and Hutchinson can get after you. It could just go haywire. I mean, they just broke down a couple times against the Cowboys, and I see talent there. I know Aaron Glenn's a pretty good defensive coordinator, but man, and they have trouble with the slot receiver. Okay, Cooper Kupp is a slot receiver. Cooper Kupp's one of the best receivers other than CeeDee Lamb in the league. And he's a Super Bowl champion. This team, some of these guys have championship experience. They don't care about going to Detroit, not Stafford. But I do believe Montgomery is going to run the ball. That's going to allow that Goff to be play action. I don't like that their tight end is not there. But St. John's, St. Brown is going to be able to take care of business. He's going to do what he has to do. I just think somehow, some way, the Lions are going to pull it. I'm going against my better nature because the Rams. I mean, what scares me about the Rams is McVay has found some balance. Because Kyron Williams, I saw him in Notre Dame, is a beast. He could run inside. He could take it 30, 40 yards out. And he's got some speed and power. He could catch out of the backfield. But Puka Nuka, Hopefully I got that right because he's one of the best. He could be fighting for rookie of the year. Him and Cooper Kupp, that's a problem. And Higbee, everything in me tells me that the Rams will beat the Lions. But I just believe Lions are home. They're going to walk out of here with a win because Goff is going to have the ball at the end. I can see Stafford lead the Rams down, and then Goff has one more chance. It leads them to either a game-winning field goal or game-winning touchdown. And I'm going to tell you what I like about the Lions. They got Jameson. Um, I love Jameson Williams, Amari St. Brown, Josh Reynolds. That's going to make the difference up without Laporta, who's been money on. He's a when there's turbulence on third down, he's that guy you want to get the ball to. And they don't have that, but those three receivers are going to make up the difference.